It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Were you aware that the ancient Stoics possessed a secret weapon that could render them immune to the chaos and emotional turmoil that was brought on by the presence of difficult people in their immediate environment? Just for a moment, try to picture yourself in possession of such a tool, a kind of mental armor that shields you from the negative energy that other people might try to throw at you. Not only is this a piece of ancient history, but it is also a practical strategy that has the potential to completely transform your life right now. Whether you are dealing with a difficult boss, a family member who is a source of frustration, or anyone else who seems to drain your energy, the wisdom of Stoicism provides a powerful solution. We are going to delve deeply into the ways in which you can apply these Stoic principles in order to not only survive, but also thrive in the face of adversity in the video that we have for you today. Not only is this about coping with the situation, but it is also about constructing a life that is peaceful, resilient, and characterized by profound personal freedom. Therefore, if you have ever experienced the burden of being burdened down by the negativity of another person, or if you are simply looking for a more tranquil existence in this chaotic world, you have arrived at the right place. We are going to embark on this journey together, armed with the ageless wisdom of Stoicism, and discover the secrets to maintaining your tranquility regardless of what life throws at you. It is my sole request that you refrain from skipping this video in any way, shape, or form. Because you are here, you should think of yourself as being distinct from the majority. Put yourself in the category of exceptions. Act as if you are one, and make sure that you do not skip any of the content. Number 1, reduce the narcissist's impact on your life as much as possible. When it comes down to it, this idea is all about deciding how much we allow external forces, specifically a narcissist, to disrupt our inner peace and tranquility. It is about drawing a line in the sand. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This profound statement strikes a chord with us on a deep level when we are confronted with the challenge of dealing with a narcissist. This serves as a reminder that our true power does not lie in changing the narcissist or their behavior, which is frequently beyond our control, but rather in changing how we respond to them and how we relate to people in general. When it comes to dealing with a narcissist, the only things that we truly have control over are our reactions, our feelings, and the amount of mental space that we give them. It is not an easy task, particularly when feelings are running high and the narcissist in question plays a significant role in our lives, whether it be as a member of our family, a partner, or even a coworker. Oftentimes, the anxiety and distress that we feel when dealing with a narcissist are amplified by our fears and expectations of what they might say or do next. Seneca offers some wisdom that complements this approach, and it is as follows: we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Through the application of Seneca's insight, we are able to learn how to differentiate between the actual impact of their actions and the additional suffering that we create in our minds. On the contrary, this does not diminish the difficulties that are presented by a narcissist. Rather, it gives us the ability to reclaim our mental space by concentrating on the reality that is occurring right now rather than on the worst-case scenarios. First, let's take this a step further. Imagine that you are carrying a backpack around with you every day, and that every negative interaction, every attempt at manipulation, and every hurtful comment from the narcissist adds a rock to this backpack. It is cumbersome, it is exhausting, and it is causing you to move more slowly. Stoicism teaches us that we have the ability to stop adding rocks to our backpacks so that we can focus on other things. We are unable to alter the narcissist, but we are able to alter the way in which we allow their actions to influence us. To begin the process of minimizing their impact on our lives, we must first make a deliberate decision to shift our focus. This entails making a concerted effort to refocus our thoughts and energies on things and people that are uplifting to us, as well as on activities that bring us joy and peace. When it comes to protecting our well-being, it is important to establish boundaries, both emotionally and physically. This could involve reducing the amount of time we spend interacting with the narcissist, altering the content of our conversations so as to prevent them from gaining the ammunition they need to have an effect on us, or even, in some instances, completely severing all ties. Nevertheless, it is essential to recognize the emotional toll that sometimes this process can take. Stoicism does not mean that we should repress our emotions. Rather, it means that we should acknowledge them, then try to comprehend them, and finally, we should make rational decisions about how to proceed. In the event that you are dealing with a narcissistic parent or sibling, you are not only dealing with a problematic individual, you are also dealing with the loss of the loving and supportive relationship that you deserve. This is a form of mourning, and it is essential that you give yourself permission to go through this emotional process. Seek out therapy, find solace in creative expression such as writing or painting, and lean on friends or communities that are supportive of you. By taking these steps, you are not only moving away from negative thoughts and feelings, but you are also moving toward healing and growth. Through the practice of Stoicism, we acquire the ability to concentrate on our inner citadel, which is a concept that refers to our inner sanctuary of peace and resilience. When we choose to minimize the narcissist's role in our lives, we are not showing them the cold shoulder out of spite. Rather, we are making the conscious decision to put our mental health and emotional well-being first. We have come to the conclusion that our mental tranquility is of the utmost importance, and we will not permit anyone to disrupt it. It is important to keep in mind that it is acceptable to experience feelings of hurt, that it is acceptable to grieve, and that it is acceptable to seek assistance. What is essential is that you are making progress toward a healthier and happier version of yourself, with a fortified inner citadel that cannot be breached by any chaos that comes from the outside. When it comes to dealing with narcissists, the application of Stoicism entails the following: discovering strength in tranquility and making the deliberate decision to concentrate on what is truly important, which includes your peace, your happiness, and your development. The second step is to challenge their idealized version of themselves. People who are narcissistic frequently create an appearance of superiority, which can be achieved through charm, intelligence, success, or any combination of these factors. The facade that they present is not merely for the sake of appearance. Rather, it is an integral component of their identity that serves to shield them from confronting their vulnerabilities and insecurities. On the other hand, when we begin to see through this facade and question its validity, we are not doing so out of malice, as is commonly believed. What we are doing instead is engaging in a Stoic practice of seeking truth, which involves removing layers of illusion in order to reveal the reality that lies beneath. How exactly do we go about doing this? First and foremost, it is essential that we establish a firm foundation in the principle of Stoic indifference, which involves distinguishing between the things that are under our control and those that are not. Our objective is not to alter the narcissist, which is an outcome that is beyond our control. Rather, we want to alter our perception of them, which will result in a reduction in the power that they have over our feelings and reactions. In the event that you observe the narcissist displaying an exaggerated self-image rather than directly confronting them or attempting to bring them down, you might choose to subtly question the narratives that they are presenting. For example, you could ask the narcissist, "How did you come to that conclusion?" or "Can you tell me more about that?" These questions, when asked with genuine curiosity and without judgment, have the potential to prompt the narcissist and those around them to reflect on the authenticity of their claims. On the other hand, it is of the utmost importance to approach this matter with caution and mindfulness, putting your own safety and well-being as your top priority. Those who adhere to the Stoic philosophy are instructed to avoid engaging in conflicts that disrupt their inner tranquility. Instead, we ought to make it our goal to preserve our calm and emotional equilibrium in spite of the stimuli that come from the outside without interruption. The ability to know when to engage and when to withdraw, while always putting our own tranquility first, is required for this. You are not directly challenging the narcissist's self-image when you adopt a stance of detached curiosity. Rather, you are inviting both the narcissist and yourself to investigate the truth. This kind of subtle questioning has the potential to gradually deflate their grandiose perceptions, not through direct confrontation but rather through gentle inquiry that inspires reflection. It is possible that you will discover that their influence over you decreases as a result of your actions, which will enable you to become more objective regarding the situation and the person. Prososhe, also known as attentive awareness, is a Stoic practice that encourages us to remain fully present and conscious of our thoughts, words, and actions. This strategy works in conjunction with this practice. By preserving this mindful awareness, we are able to navigate our interactions with the narcissist with grace and wisdom, thereby ensuring that we continue to be true to our values and committed to our pursuit of tranquility. In order to challenge the narcissist's idealized self-image from a position of diminished importance in your life, you must seek the truth in a compassionate and non-confrontational manner. Using the Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance as a guide, it is about gently uncovering the reality that lies behind the facade. By acting in this manner, we not only safeguard our own mental well-being, but we also provide the narcissist with an opportunity for introspection and development, albeit with a more indirect approach. Therapy is the third step in the process of pursuing personal growth. The process of gaining self-awareness and healing is not a passive one, rather. It requires active participation, courage, and the willingness to confront truths about ourselves that can be uncomfortable at times. There is no need to confront the narcissist or attempt to alter their behavior in order to follow this path. It is about concentrating on ourselves, our development, and our overall health and happiness. Stoicism, which has its origins in the cultivation of self-awareness and personal virtue, is a philosophy that comes into perfect alignment with the therapeutic journey itself. The act of looking inward, to comprehend our responses, feelings, and the principles that direct us is something that is encouraged by it. The following words of wisdom from Seneca reverberate strongly in this context. No person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have, and to cheerfully put to good use what they do have. In the context of therapy, this means acknowledging our current limitations or pain points, not as permanent fixtures in our lives, but as challenges from which we can grow and learn. The importance of shifting our focus from external validation, particularly from those who are unable to provide it in a healthy manner, to self-compassion and internal validation cannot be overstated. A safe haven for this kind of introspection and development is provided by therapy. It is a place where we are free to freely investigate our emotions, experiences, and the bearing that our relationships have on us without fear of being judged. To heal from the wounds that were caused by toxic relationships, to recognize our inherent worth, and to learn that our value does not depend on the approval or recognition of a narcissist or anyone else, for that matter, is the objective of this endeavor. Stoic reflection is an act that we engage in during the process of therapy. This involves looking at our lives and the decisions that we have made through the lens of wisdom and bravery. We call into question the beliefs that have secured us in unhealthy relationships, beliefs that may have led us to seek validation from individuals who are unable to provide it in a manner that is beneficial to our health. By detaching ourselves from the need for approval from others, which is a step that enables us to reclaim our independence and autonomy, this self-examination is something that is absolutely necessary. On the other hand, therapy is not simply a method of distancing oneself from the past. Rather, it allows us to construct something new within ourselves. It is about crafting a life that is in alignment with our deepest values and aspirations, and it is about discovering joy, passion, and peace on our own terms. This aligns with the Stoic pursuit of a virtuous life, which holds that happiness is not found in external accolades or relationships, but rather in living according to virtue. A powerful act of resistance against the negativity that a narcissist attempts to impose on you is to participate in therapy and to work on your own personal development. It is a proclamation that we are more than the roles that have been assigned to us in their story, and that we possess the power and the wisdom to define our own stories. Stoicism is characterized by the realization that our power lies in our capacity to choose our responses, to cultivate our inner garden, and to live in accordance with nature and reason. This is the essence of Stoicism. It takes courage to face our vulnerabilities, to confront our fears, and to step into the unknown when we embark on this journey of therapy and self-improvement. This journey is not always easy. Nevertheless, it is a way that is brimming with optimism. We uncover the resilient and vibrant self that has always been there, waiting to be rediscovered and celebrated, as we peel away the layers of pain and self-doubt through the process of peeling away the layers. Through the practice of therapy, we, in the spirit of Stoicism, come to understand that the ultimate freedom originates from within. The ability to choose our attitudes, to respond with wisdom and compassion, and to live a life that is reflective of our most authentic selves is what we mean when we talk about freedom. It is a testament to our resiliency and our capacity for change that we are able to go through this process of healing and growth. It serves as a reminder that regardless of the difficulties we encounter, we have the ability to cultivate inner peace, joy, and fulfillment in spite of those difficulties. As we make our way through this journey, let us do so with the bravery of a Stoic, welcoming therapy and personal development as opportunities to become the architects of our own fate. Together, let us make a commitment to this path of self-awareness and virtue, with the knowledge that each step we take is a step toward a life that is more genuine, more self-sufficient, and more peaceful. Keeping your reactions under control is the fourth step in protecting your mental space. The Stoic philosophy teaches us that although we are unable to control the actions of other people or the events that occur in the outside world, we do have complete control over our internal world, which includes our thoughts, feelings, and reactions. This principle is extremely empowering, particularly when dealing with a narcissist whose behavior can frequently feel like an assault on our mental peace. This is especially true when dealing with a narcissist. Unpacking this a little bit is a good idea. There is a possibility that the narcissist will make an effort to provoke, manipulate, or unsettle you through the words or actions that they choose to use. It is possible that the natural response would be to defend oneself, to respond in kind, or to get involved in the conflict. Stoicism, on the other hand, provides an alternative way of life, one that is characterized by calmness, inner tranquility, and detachment from external occurrences. It is not about denying your feelings when you choose to control your reactions. Rather, it is about acknowledging your feelings and then making a deliberate decision about how you want to react to them. This could mean pausing for a moment, taking a few deep breaths, and giving some thought to the situation before responding. Perhaps it would mean making the decision to not respond at all. Realizing that your power lies in how you react is the most important thing to do in this situation. You are not at the mercy of the whims of the narcissist. Rather, you are the gatekeeper of those who enter your mental space. This tactic calls for consistent practice as well as mindfulness. What is important is that you cultivate a keen awareness of the emotional triggers that you experience and the habitual patterns that determine how you react. Engaging in this practice requires you to make a commitment to observing your thoughts and feelings without immediately acting on them. Journaling and other forms of meditative reflection are examples of Stoic exercises that can be extremely beneficial in situations like these. They make it possible for you to take a step back, in order to examine the circumstance from a rational standpoint rather than an emotional one, and to select a response that is in accordance with your values and your desire for peace. Your decision to choose calmness and detachment over engagement and conflict is a profoundly Stoic act. You are refusing to play the game that narcissists play, and you are choosing to be detached and calm. You are engaging in the practice of the virtue of apatheia, also known as freedom from passion. This virtue is not solely concerned with the absence of feeling, but rather with the absence of disturbance. The Stoic ideal of remaining calm and collected in the face of adversity is exemplified by your actions. There is no act of passivity or avoidance involved in this approach. It's an active, deliberate stance that says, I am the master of my soul, the guardian of my peace. Your actions cannot penetrate the fortress of my mind unless I allow them to. It's a declaration of independence, a reclaiming of your power, and a commitment to your own well-being. Through the adoption of this tactic, we not only shield ourselves from the detrimental effects that the narcissist's actions may have on us, but we also develop a more profound sense of self-awareness and the ability to bounce back from adversity. Having the knowledge that our inner peace is unshakable enables us to acquire the ability to navigate the world with a sense of calm and assurance. The freedom to choose how we react to the world around us, the freedom to live in accordance with our principles, and the freedom to keep our tranquility, regardless of the difficulties we encounter, are the three characteristics that constitute the ultimate freedom. It is important that we remind ourselves that we have the ability to safeguard our mental space, to exercise control over our reactions, and to live our lives with dignity, tranquility, and robustness. This is not just a method for dealing with narcissists, rather, it is a blueprint for living a life that is characterized by mindfulness and virtue. It is important to keep in mind the following as we come to the end of our journey through the wisdom of Stoicism and its application in dealing with challenging personalities. Your peace of mind is your sanctuary, a fortress that no outside force can breach without your consent. Similar to the Stoics, we have the ability to choose how we react to situations, to maintain our composure in the face of challenges, and to cultivate a life that is characterized by tranquility and resilience. It is not beyond your reach to find the strength you seek, rather, it is already within you, just waiting to be tapped into and cultivated. Please accept my invitation to continue your investigation of these profound ideas by watching one of the playlists that is currently displayed on your screen. Become more familiar with the philosophy that has the potential to alter your life and provide you with the resources to navigate the complexities of your life with grace and wisdom. In addition, if you found the conversation we had today to be beneficial, we would appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to our channel, sharing this video with someone who might be in need of it, and give it a like. Your assistance enables us to disseminate these ageless teachings to a greater number of individuals who are looking for direction and fortitude. Let us embark together on this journey of personal development and empowerment, which will be rooted in the ageless wisdom of the Stoics and the pioneers of psychology. Keep in mind that you are not traveling this path alone. Together, let us continue to acquire knowledge, develop, and flourish. We appreciate you taking the time to watch and for being a member of the Stoic Thinking community. While you wait for the next time, continue to strengthen your inner fortress.